Good evening. My name is Bianca, and it is March the 20th. And I would like to talk about my experience at the Anna Louise Inn and just the trafficking and the harassment and everything that's going on with their staff, their management, and their female tenants. The illegal surveillance and why it's happening. So I've already talked about what's going on, but I would like to talk about why it's happening. It's linked to some of the judges and lawyers in the Hamilton County, Cincinnati area that commit fraud and theft, and they steal people's money and create all sorts of fraudulent documents to create false arrests and illegal evictions on females that they traffic, families that they rob, and they work through landlords such as at the Anna Louise Inn. And the reason why I'm fighting so hard is because this has something to do with my 9 year old, at the time, 9 year old daughter. As of today, she would have been 14 years of age. And she was a victim of the child trafficking that is going on at the Gamble Nippert YMCA. And the reason why I'm going through these issues with neighbors and tenants everywhere that I move for the last three apartments, it has nothing to do with my personality or because of something I'm doing wrong, because as a neighbor, as a person, you want to make sure that your actions are correct, so that people will not even want to do things towards you. And that's not the case with me. I have people that are linked from the Gamble Nippert YMCA that have forged my signature on certain documents. They have made slanderous remarks about my mental health and saying that there are things wrong with it because I'm speaking out about their ritualistic abuse that takes place at the Gamble Nippert YMCA and apparently at the Anna Louise Inn currently. And they want to say that I have no proof, but it does not matter that I have no proof. I'm still going to speak out about what is being done to me on their property until I do leave. Once I am evicted and once I leave, I will stop talking about what's done to me on their property. But while they're still doing it to me on their property, I'm going to continue to speak out about it every single day. Not only that, but I'm going to continue to fight to advocate for not only myself, but other women out here that have landlords and have certain people trying to play with their intelligence and play with their self-esteem and confidence that what they're talking about doesn't exist or it's not true, or just because someone tells you that something isn't true doesn't mean that's factual. So, many people would like to argue that what I'm saying in these recordings are not true, but just because you say it's not true doesn't mean it's not true. What's going on with me? I mean, let's face it here, ladies and gentlemen. It's either I'm extremely insane, so it's either I'm extremely insane or what's going on inside of this building is extremely insane. So it's either or. And what's going to end up having to happen is someone's going to have to look into this and produce the evidence that I'm not lying, that I've been speaking nothing but facts, that I'm a person that never bothered anyone. And I have a long history of not bothering people. So I don't know how. Well, actually, I do know how. But what I meant is, I don't know how on my own so many people would be getting paid to attack me in such a underhanded tone, because these are underhanded attacks. Just like when I was leaving out of the door, one of their staff members rushed in the back of me to make it look like she was in a hurry to go to her car. But what they're doing is that underhanded sexual harassment stuff. So this is that they have their females doing it at Anna Louise. So it's not just the males. They have their females doing and their employees doing sexually harassive things, going in and out of the door. And I'm going to speak out on it about the illegal surveillance that they continue So while they complain that I'm speaking out about it, I'm also complaining out about the illegal exploitation and the fact that they have these hidden cameras in my home and bothering me with noise and trying to threaten my living arrangement just because I don't want to sell any part of my body for images for a cartel. So they're going to have to do what they're going to have to do, and I'm daggone sure going to do what I have to do as a civilian. Really in this country, don't want to be in this country, but I'm here. And while I'm here and the situation happened in America with my daughter in Cincinnati, I'm going to continue to fight for my daughter every single day. I don't care who's upset about it. I don't care who's angry about it. I don't care who has a problem about it. But I'm going to continue to speak out about lifeguard Zach setting my daughter and me up for black market prostitution that I've been fighting for 5 years now. And I'm going to continue to fight for my daughter, whether she's alive or not. I'm going to continue to speak out about Glenda Harris. And I'm going to continue to speak out about their lawyers and judges working underhandedly with the last three property owners I've lived under. They've been paying them. It didn't used to happen before 2021. My living experiences were pretty much normal. I didn't have problems with my neighbors. Very few, very, very, very few. And it was isolated little incidences that rarely ever happen. Like maybe two, during my adulthood, at the various apartments that I've stayed in, I've only had like two isolated little problems. And that was in the last 25 years. Like, I don't have, I'm going to say the last 21 years. Like, in two incidences, isolated, I've never had problems with neighbors until the Gamble Nippert YMCA start blackmailing me through illegal surveillance and following me with it and bribing people to carry on this lie with them. Why? To cover up what they've done financially, fraudulently through the Hamilton County legal system. Secondly, to cover up the unaliving premeditated plot on me and my daughter's life. So they don't want to be held accountable for it. And apparently neither does Anna Louise Ian for participating, aiding, and abetting in such attempted unalivement. I'm going to continue to speak out about it in hopes to inform and educate other people that may be going through similar situations, that there is hope, at least for your mental stability, that you are not crazy, you are not alone, and don't let anyone tell you that what you see here is not really going on. Look, guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I will make other recordings. Peace, take care, and God bless.